What is up, everybody? I'm coming with another episode of Mookie's Meals. Today we're doing one of my favorite dishes. For a lot of you guys that don't know, I'm Pakistani, and this is something that my mom always cooked for me. I really love it, and it's super simple to make. I'll make it on a Monday. Well, today is Sunday, so I'll make it today, and it'll last me about 2 to 3 days. It's super cheap. I'm gonna take you guys through the entire meal right now. So it's gonna be a ground beef based dish. So right here I have 1.5 pounds of ground beef. I used to get 85-15, but this is 95-5, so it's super lean. And then we have some produce over here. I'll do a run through of the produce. You'll see it as I cut everything up and show you how I cut it, but it's pretty much onion, green pepper, cilantro, and serrano peppers. And then I'll show you guys how we do this, man. This is something like I said before, I eat all the time. It's one of my favorite dishes. So let's get this going. First, I'm going to start by cutting the green peppers. So we're going to show you guys that right now. Alright guys, so I got all the green peppers cut up, and I have it right now just cleaned off the white stuff and the seeds out of it. I cut them into squares, so I'll show you guys that. It won't be too long of a clip, just how I cut it to squares. But this dish, it's called keema. It's actually shimlik mircha keema. I totally said that wrong, but it's pretty much green pepper beef. And yeah, so I'm gonna cut. This is like the main part of the dish. So I'm gonna cut this into little squares, and I'll show you guys that. We're gonna get everything else going. I'll show you all the spices that it takes, and the rest of the vegetables as well. So, boom. Man, these onions play no game. Putting my head by it is not helping, but oh, shoot. Alright, so I recruited my mom. She's cutting the cilantro for me. This is the last couple things, is the cilantro and the serrano peppers. But as you guys can see, we already have the green peppers. That's 4 of them total. 2 tomatoes, 1 whole onion cut, 2 serrano peppers, and just a thing of cilantro. I'll show you guys the cilantro is more of a garnish at the end. And then over there, we got our meat. So once we get everything cut and finished up and boiled, I'm gonna go over to the stove, to put everything together. We'll also give you guys a rundown of what spices we use so that you guys can do the same thing. Alright guys, so now I'm going to give you a quick rundown of all the spices that we use in this dish. First off, I got the oil heating in this large pan. So pretty much just put enough oil where it covers the entire bottom of the pan, maybe just a little bit over. And right here, if you guys can see, we'll go from this one over. So right here, we have ground turmeric, chili powder, we have coriander powder, ground cumin, curry powder, pink Himalayan salt, and paprika. There's about 2 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons of each of this. Right now I'm making 1.5 pounds of the ground beef. So we have about 2 tablespoons of each of these ingredients. You could vary it to taste. I like it more spicy, so in mine I have some extra chili powder. But before you put any of the spices or the meat, you got to take the yellow onion, the whole onion, and carefully mix it in with the oil. Let me show you guys that right there. Boom. So wait till the onions are a little bit brown. Once they're brown, I'll show you guys the next step, which is going to be adding the meat with the spices as well as the tomato. So we'll get back to you when we're at that point. Alright guys, so I got the onions on the stove. Everything is cut. And now I'm going to wash my ground beef. I'm going to wash my white rice. So the idea is I always use basmati white rice, and the reason is because once I soak it, I make sure to get all of the starch out. I don't know, man. It could be healthier. It couldn't. I don't know. The rice tastes a lot different. Tastes a lot better. It comes out super soft. I'm messing up everything today. And the little trick with white rice, if I put 1 cup of uncooked, whatever size cup I put, I just double up the water. So I just use the small, kind of like coffee cup for the rice, and I'm gonna put double the water. But let me clean this out. Like, if you guys can see in here, it's the water color is kind of like gray. It's shaded, so that's just starch, man. I don't like having that in there, so I make sure to get it out. And I know there's like those sticky white rices. I really don't like those. I feel like those are a lot worse for you compared to doing something like this. The jasmine basmati rice is much better. But anyway, finish cleaning this out. Just wanted to show you guys quickly how I wash my rice before I cook it. Now I'm going to put 2 cups of water. Just throw it on the rice cooker. At the end, I'll put a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. And this is my go-to, man. I make this fresh every single day. So I'll make 1 thing of rice in the morning, and it pretty much lasts me the whole day, if not longer. I'm not typically eating a lot of carbs, but my carbs that I do eat is rice. So let's go. Alright guys, so I only have so many hands with recording and everything. But right now, as you guys can see, we got the onions a little bit brown. I have my mom here as an extra hand. She's just going to put the beef into the pot with the onions. And now we're going to... I got it, Mom. We're going to stir and mix this all together. And I'm going to show you guys the next step right here. After this, we're going to let this cook down a little bit. And we're adding garlic and ginger. We used to always do this fresh, but it's a lot easier buying it like this. So for you guys who maybe use ginger or garlic paste and make it, it's much easier to buy it like this. So we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of that into the onion and ground beef. Alright guys, so now that the beef is a little bit brown with the onions, I'm going to first start off by adding the ginger paste. So right here, as you can see, I have 1 tablespoon. Just throw it in. And then another one. And then we're going to go with 3. We got that. Next, we're adding garlic paste. You're going to go same amount. So 1 tablespoon. And 1.5, I'd say, of the garlic paste. You don't want it to be too strong, So that's why I would ease up with that. Now you're going to mix these components together for about 2 to 3 minutes. You want to combine the garlic and the beef. So we'll let that sit. And now here is the trick, guys. So after about 2 to 3 minutes of letting now the garlic, the ginger, the ground beef, and the onions all mix together, we add a cup of hot water. Some of you are, what the heck, why are you going to add the, actually before, I'm sorry, we're going to add the spices. So, like you guys saw, have my little spice tray right here. Bang, bang. Boom. We just dump the whole thing in there. Make sure to stir. Now, honestly, guys, this is much easier for me to do when I'm not recording and trying to talk and think about everything. And I get this done much quicker. But as you guys can already tell, man, it's a super simple dish that anybody could cook. And the fact of the matter is, it's so much more flavorful than any other like healthy meal that I've had. And the thing is, I know whatever ethnicity you guys are, if you guys have some food in your culture that you love, there's things that you can do to make it healthier and make it fit what your diet is. For instance, in this meal, I use much more lean ground beef, less oil, and overall, in general, it is a healthy meal. And it's like, again, like I always preach, when you're cooking at home, it makes the biggest difference. So right now, I got an extra hand right here with my mom. So she's getting me the cup of hot water so I could show you guys that. Right here. Go ahead. Go ahead. My mom's a real OG. She was holding that hot water while I was recording. But yeah, guys, like, again, it's much easier if I don't have to hold the camera and just do this by myself. That's the best way. But here, let's take a look at it now. Boom. So we're just going to throw the lid on. Let it simmer for about 10 minutes. We're going to add the tomato. And we'll show you the rest. Alright, guys. So we have this little tool right here. It's kind of like a smasher. You want to do this so that the tomato and onion and everything kind of mixes in together into the beef, so it's not like big pieces. Just go ahead and as this is all cooking down together, and you'll see it you guys yourself, like the actual like tomato and all the onion will kind of like blend in. But yeah. Okay, guys, we're trying to make this all work over here. Now we got the beef pretty much finished cooking. A lot of the water that we had initially put has now evaporated. So, Mom, if you could show them the green peppers right here. Here's the green peppers, and this is the 4. We're going to go ahead and now add these. The idea is to now blend all of this together. So you want to stir this in. The dish is almost done, guys. Now I'm going to come over here really quick. Grab this. Right here we got the serrano pepper. This is 2 serrano peppers. It's really spicy if you add the whole thing. Not everybody in my house loves eating crazy spice like I do. So I'm going to add about half of it. Actually, my mom is really like the only other person that eats these healthy meals with me. She's been on her health and wellness as well. So it's always good if you have family members that you can cook in bulk, and or even like if you have roommates or whoever and you can cook in bulk, and that way you guys, like, one person could do the dishes while the other person does the prep, and it just makes cooking at home a lot easier for yourselves. So this is pretty much done, guys. Now we're gonna just like let this sit. let the green peppers cook a little bit. We're going to turn the heat all the way down. That way it'll help everything get a little bit softer with the steam. Give this about 5 to 6 more minutes. Right over here we got the rice. That's almost done, and okay guys, so this is my meal. I know everybody makes fun of me about my small chair right here, but the lighting in my dining room is horrible, so we're gonna eat here. I got a little bit of rice. I'd say this is about a cup. I don't measure. I've told you guys this in the past. I pretty much eyeball it. I add the beef and the green pepper right on top. I cut myself a fresh salad. It's just onion, cucumber, and these are called mooli. I don't really know what the actual name is. And I also have jalapenos. I told you I don't play with the spice, so we got the spice as well. Only thing I drink, water. Can't be drinking your calories. That's just instant. It's gonna set you up for failure. But yeah, guys, I'll take one bite for you. I already know this is amazing because it's my favorite meal. Oh my god. I wish you guys could smell this. The smell is all around my house. Anyway, I appreciate the support. Thank you for everything you guys do. The likes, the comments, hitting me up on Instagram. I want to keep bringing out as much content as possible. This is something I actually eat and I really like, so that's why I wanted to do a video on it. I'm going to try to write down all of the instructions and make it as simple as possible in the description so that you guys can cook it. But just pretty much follow the steps and the things I say in the video, and you should be able to get it done. Try it out and let me know how it is. Love you guys.